I'm Jessica, and this is Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas. And welcome to another episode where I have my good friend Carol back with me. Carol from Kdramas Musings.
Hi.
And an admin for K-Dramatics Club. I am so thrilled that you're back, Carol. How you been?
I've been good. How have you been?
I've been well. Let's just really quick just say that the last time we were together was for Love Between Fairy and Devil, which I think everyone and their mom listened to that episode. It's very well received. People were very excited to hear us talk about Love Between Fairy and Devil. And now we've got a few C-dramas in rotation now for Daebak because I love C-dramas. It's not a problem for me to cover C-dramas, but I know we are K-Rambles. And we are here to talk about a very huge Korean drama today. Carol's like already...
I'm already losing my mind because this is my absolute favorite K-drama.
When I approached you for covering Coffee Prince, I think this was the beginning of the year. I want to say it was like 6 months ago. And I was like, Carol, do you want to come on and do Coffee Prince? And you freaked out. And you were like, absolutely, absolutely, I want to do it. And I feel bad that it's taken so long for us to get here. It feels like I've given birth to something. And we're finally going to talk about Coffee Prince together.
You know what? I don't mind it at all because it gave me a chance to rewatch it twice in the time that in the time that you asked me. And I got so nerdy. I got to a point where I was like trying to figure out their MBTI, and it took me away.
Carol, I think I might have to lean on you a little bit for this episode because this is the first time I've rewatched Coffee Prince since originally watching the show. I want to say a decade ago.
What?
Yes.
I watched it like, you know that meme, 50 times? No, 500 times? Likely. That's me.
This is
That's
your show.
Definitely me.
Yeah, I knew
This
I
is my
asked the
show.
right person. I knew that I had asked the right person to join me for this adventure into Coffee Prince when you were like, this is my favorite K-drama. I can't believe it. Like, you were so thrilled. And we're finally here. Before we get started, a little housekeeping. If this is your first time listening, please go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. And if you like us, please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That goes such a long way for listeners just like you to discover the podcast. And please come say hi. Check us out on social media. We put all of our updates on there. So I have so many different content things that I have going on, but Instagram and TikTok are the biggest ones, but you can find us everywhere, including Twitter and Facebook at Daebak Pod. And if you're a fan, please consider becoming a patron. It is such a great way for you to get involved, to show your support, to get a bunch of extra content for as little as $2 a month, guys. You can check out the page on patreon.com/alwayscriticpod. And shout out to our patrons, Curtis Bale, Cindy CD, Alana, Grace, Lorna, Lee, and Sammy. I feel like I'm rapping when I say your names, but thank you guys so much. You guys are wonderful. And this is it. We're going to get into it right now. Coffee Prince. I will read my drama list synopsis. It reads, Han-gyeol is the grandson of chairwoman Bang of Dongin Foods. He has never had a job and does not care for responsibility. Han-gyeol is hung up on his first love, Han-yoo, who only sees him as a friend. Eun-chan is a 24-year-old tomboy who is often mistaken for a guy. Her father died when she was 16 years old, and since then she has taken over as the breadwinner in her family. When Han-gyeol and Eun-chan meet, he, not knowing that she's a girl, decides to hire her to pretend to be his gay lover so that he can escape the blind dates arranged by his grandmother. After getting an ultimatum from his grandmother, Han-gyeol takes over a rundown old coffee shop, later renamed Coffee Prince. To prove that he's capable to both his grandmother and Yoo. In order to attract female customers, he only hires good-looking male employees, and Eun-chan, desperate for money, continues to hide her gender to get a job at Coffee Prince. Yeah, so...
How is this not a good premise? Tell me.
Oh my God. So I was reading some articles from back in the day from when this aired, and some interviews with the creators, which we'll get into in a second. And they were like, some people were complaining that this is not a realistic show. And I was
Please.
like, okay. So first of all, second of all, and third of all, did you not read the synopsis? This is not a realistic show by any stretch.
No. And I find it so funny that depending on the show, we're always arguing, this is not realistic, or I want to escape. Like, what do you want?
What do you want? What do you want, babe? Because this is not real. I'm not watching Coffee Prince for realism, okay?
Exactly. But I will say it's one of the realest shows out there to me.
That's two different definitions of real. Two different definitions for real. Okay,
Yeah.
So Coffee Prince, I didn't know this. Coffee Prince was adapted from the novel Coffee Prince by Eun-hye, and it aired originally from July to August 2007. We're back with another summer show in the summer.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I know. It's 17 episodes long, and it was directed by female director Eun-jung. I feel like that's pretty rare to have a female director. Or
Yeah.
a PD, however you want to call it. And she's directed other things like Cheese in the Trap. Sorry about it. I'm so sorry that we had to say Cheese in the Trap and bring it back on the show, but she directed Cheese in the Trap. The Lies Within in 2019, as well as Summer Strike from 2022.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I loved Summer Strike.
I loved Summer Strike.
Yeah, the vibes.
And she wrote it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So that's huge.
I know. For Coffee Prince, the writers are Lee Jung-ah and Jang Hyun-ju. And this was their first writing credits ever. Both of them.
Yo.
Yeah. Yo.
Perfect.
Yeah. And of course, we'll get into who stars in Coffee Prince. Gong stars as Han-gyeol. He was a grand total of 28 years old when he did Coffee Prince. Talk to me about your feelings around Gong-yu.
Gong-yu. I have to comport myself
I know,
for a moment.
I see it.
But I love that man so much.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is very talented.
Mm-hmm.
I love what he has done with his career.
Mm-hmm.
So earlier, I really loved him. In his first one, he was like a high school kid. And then
Was it
he
Biscuit?
does Hello
The
Biscuit.
Okay.
No, before Biscuit.
Got you.
So this is before he got bigger. So I saw him and I saw all of that. And then I saw Hello, My Teacher, or Biscuit Teacher. And I loved it so much. It was problematic because there's a teacher and a student.
Yes.
But it was really well acted. He acted the part of a very emotional teenager.
Right.
Very well to me. And then Coffee Prince came along and I was just like, I'm short circuiting because what?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Did you watch Coffee Prince when it aired in 2007? Because you've been watching K-dramas for a very long time. Were you there?
Yeah. I was not there.
Okay.
I watched it in October 2007.
Oh,
So a few months after. Yeah.
Basically, you were there.
Basically,
Yeah.
it was harder to find currently airing dramas back then. There was My Soju, that it was a website I was using, and that's where I watched it. And it was just perfect.
Gong-yu has, I think, become a household name. He's a national treasure. And
He
this
is.
was his breakout role in Coffee Prince. This is where everybody was like, oh my God, they fell head over heels for Gong-yu. And he's gone on to do really varied, interesting projects in movies and TV. And
Exactly.
we talked about it a little bit on our Goblin episode because, of course, we covered Goblin a couple seasons ago. And I mean, Goblin itself, 2016 was a huge year for him. The cameo in Squid Game, we got Squid Game 2 coming up next year in 2024. He's a Netflix guy now since he started in The Silent Sea. And I really like his movies, to be quite honest with you. I love the movies that he's done. Silenced in 2011, which he sort of pioneered and was like a producer on, basically. one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Very moving, very hard to watch.
Yeah.
So do you have any like thoughts on him as a persona? Because I think we can obviously sort of look to his works and be like, he's a great actor, really good performer. But I think a lot of people also sort of feel like he's a bit endearing, especially now that he has an Instagram account. And all
God, it took forever.
All that he posts are him and his cats and the pets, because he's a cat man.
I was like one of the first 100 people I remember to follow him on Instagram because I was losing my mind. I was like, finally. And then he's just a dork on Instagram.
A pure nerd. So pure.
He definitely made me reconsider my swiping left on apps for guys who have fish in their hands. Because to me, I was like, oh, he's hot. Like, yes, a fish. But on the dating apps, I'm just like, what is this? Are you expecting me to cook? Like, what's going on here? And swipe left every single time. So now I've worked on my prejudice.
Yeah. What a gem.
But I think his persona is, I love that he's mysterious. He keeps me very interested in, what's happening with Gong Yoo? Yeah. He's very private, but he's also very loyal, which I really appreciate and really love seeing, to be honest, because he's been with his stylist, for example, since 2005 or 2006. Wow. And they've become best friends, and you see pictures of them on her profile. And like they went on a trip for her birthday and they had matching shirts and like a group of friends. And it's just adorable. And he's still working with her. So I found that very, very endearing. And his relationship or friendship with Lee Dong-wook too is
they're besties.
Absolute. It's fantastic. So I really like him. I also like how he doesn't actually make any political statements except through his work. So through Silenced, through supporting or being a member of 1982 Kim Ji-young, that movie.
He did. Yeah, he was the husband in that movie.
Great guy to me, all around.
I agree. I think he's really sort of a perfect sort of specimen. I feel like he's Leo DiCaprio without all of the Ibiza yachts fanfare with the hot models that are 25 or younger. He is just, without all that, he is the Leo DiCaprio to me of Korea. You know?
Yes. Ugh. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
What a babe.
Great guy.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. So his co-star in Coffee Prince is Eun-hye, who plays Eun-chan. She was a grand total of 23 years old when she starred in Coffee Prince. And
wow.
I don't know if a lot of people know this about her, but she debuted as a member of a girl group Baby Vox or Baby VOX. I'm not sure how you say some of these K-pop group names. And she was with the group until 2005. And then she was with a project group, WSG Wannabe, up to 2022. So she is an idol turned actor. There's a ton of idol. You throw a rock and you hit an idol in K-drama world, okay?
That's true.
I think that she is sort of a divisive figure now that I didn't notice many years ago when I was watching her works. But now she's just sort of relegated to the reality, what are they called? Like Running Man and those kind of shows. Instead of doing K-dramas, she really hasn't done any K-dramas or movie work since 2018. But Eun-hye is such a formative figure in the early 2000s. And
Gong?
I loved her. And she was my first K-drama was one of her K-dramas. So she holds a very special place for me. She was in Lie to Me in 2011, which is one of her most terrible shows. Like, it was not well received. People didn't like that show. And I watched it. That was my first K-drama ever.
Really?
Yeah. So she holds a very special place in my heart because she's my first K-drama leading lady that I ever saw. And then I went on to watch a bunch of her other works like Princess Hours, aka Gong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is '06.
Yeah.
The year before Coffee Prince, she starred in Princess Hours, which, by the way, is getting a remake that's happening next year.
I saw that.
Unbelievable. And then My Fair Lady in '09, I Miss You from 2012, which I don't know if you've seen that one. She was like, I don't even want to go over the plot, but that was I think the term is mellow thriller.
Yeah.
So she was
I saw that one.
Yeah.
I think the one I did not like the most was My Fair Lady.
Okay. I never watched that one. I don't know why, but I steered clear of it.
I loved, my favorite from her are Princess Hours, which was her first time, Coffee Prince, and Lie to Me. I actually really loved Lie to Me.
Okay, let's talk really like a minute on Lie to Me because Lie to Me had every trope, right?
Yes.
It had, what was it like? She lied that she was in a relationship with this dude. Then he found out about it, got upset, then went along with it, I believe. There was a cherry blossoms scene. There was the wrist grabbing.
Coca-Cola.
The Coca-Cola kiss. Are you joking me?
That was the best Coca-Cola ad ever.
I was shooketh when I saw this. And you know what? I came from watching, I'm telling you, like this summer or something after I got out of college and I got my first job and I had all of this extra time on my hands that I wasn't studying. I wasn't going to class. I was just going to work. What do I do with all this time? So I watched Lie to Me I think that summer. And I had just come off of binging True Blood. Okay? Which I talked to my friends now and I'm like, yeah, I watched True Blood. I cannot tell you any specific thing about True Blood. It was like a fever dream, me binging True Blood on this off the wall like bootleg site that I had. Like it gave my computer viruses. I watched True Blood and then I got hooked on K-dramas. So to me, I was shocked that I was so into this whole like wrist grab and like glances and like really it was playing up the intimacy and the romance of everything, right? And then you hit the Coca-Cola kiss scene. 10 out of 10.
That bottle never got empty.
Damn.
It was fantastic.
So that's just putting it into context for you. Lie to Me is probably not the best show that I've ever watched, but I think it's underrated to a point. I think you should watch it if you haven't.
I do think you should watch it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Kang Ji-won is no longer like in the sphere of acting because of his scandals and everything, but he's a great actor. Han-gyeol, he did a show called Han-gyeol.
Yes,
and he did Capital Scandal. Those are two really, really good shows.
Yeah. But, Eun-hye had her own scandals, right? Like she was embroiled in this scandal with her management and she nullified the contract. It was this whole thing.
Yes.
She had haters online when the internet was new and it was very fierce. She got death threats and things like that. She was fearful of her life. And I think then she went on some reality show where she designed an outfit. And
it was plagiarized,
quote unquote. And that sort of sank her battleship. She didn't recover after that. And you can tell by her body of work post like 2015-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the types of projects that she's getting is not.
Yeah.
It's not the same anymore.
Yeah. And she got criticized.
And she got ill.
And then she was ill. She was battling alcoholism. She said that she's sober about 8 years now in a recent interview. Yeah. And I'm just like, homegirl has been through it. So Eun-hye, if you really want to sink your teeth into some K-dramas from yesteryear, look up Eun-hye's filmography and get to steppin', because this is my introduction to K-dramas, was her K-dramas, and I feel like she is so great in a lot of things.
She is. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is.
So we'll wrap up the cast really fast. We have Lee Sung-kyun as Han Sung. You might know him as just Ajusi because he is the Ajusi from My Mister in 2018.
Oh my God, his voice.
The voice.
So butter.
The voice. So let me just say, when I first watched Coffee Prince, I did not understand the appeal of Lee Sung-kyun. I was like, why is this guy even a player? You know what I'm saying? Because I did not get it. Rewatching Coffee Prince, the level of attraction that I feel for Lee Sung-kyun like went up through the roof. And it might be because I am way closer to his age that he was when he filmed the drama, because he was 32 years old when he filmed Coffee Prince, right? And that's exactly the same as his character's age in the show. And I was like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm getting older and like the voice and the little like mid 2000s getup that they had him in. I was like, babe.
I ate it up. Yes. I ate it all up.
Oh God. Yeah. So he's in the show. He's the second male lead. I might call him cousin like throughout the show, because I feel like Han Sung, his character's name, and the name Han-gyeol for Kong Yu's character, really, that's gonna cut. If I was listening to a podcast, I'd be like, are they the same guy? I would get confused. So he's either Ajusi or cousin, as we're talking through. But yeah, you might have seen him in Parasite also in 2019. He has like 40 something credits to his name for just movies. He's a prolific actor. Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You should see his show on Apple TV. I think it's Dr. Brain.
Dr. Brain.
Really good. And then on Prime Video, Money and Power, something around Money and Power. It was so good. Yeah. It was so good. Oh, that man. Yeah.
What God a man. Bless him.
Let's move on.
What a man. Yeah. I don't know. Him at 32 years old in 2007 was like doing things to me this time around. I was like, maybe I didn't watch Coffee Prince at the right time in my life to like appreciate this second male lead, because I had it bad. I had second lead syndrome so bad on this rewatch of Coffee Prince, to be quite honest with you. Yeah.
I feel you.
Okay. So Tae Jong-an plays Han Yoo-ju. She's the second female lead. She is also a singer turned actress. And then we have a host of princes here that we can go through really fast. We have, I don't know if this counts as one of the princes, but I guess it does. Kim Chang-won plays Gae-shik. He's like the co-owner.
Yeah.
Another Ajusi who you've seen everywhere. You're like, oh, it's that guy. He's that guy, I feel, for most people here in the West. We have Kim Dong-wook as Halim. He was recently in My Perfect Stranger.
Yo, and he's doing Delightfully Deceitful. Mm-hmm. So he has 2 dramas airing. Yeah. And
he's doing well.
What a glow up.
What a glow up.
I gotta say, the whole cast, except R.I.P., but the whole
we'll talk
cast,
about it in a sec. Yeah, the whole cast. Yeah. Glow up, major. But let's continue. Yes. Then we have Kim Jae-wook. Yes, that Kim Jae-wook playing Song-ki.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So besides Lee Sung-kyun throwing me for a loop this rewatch, I was smitten with Kim Jae-wook in this, because for those who don't know Kim Jae-wook, you might have seen him in Her Private Life.
Yes.
He's the main guy in Her Private Life, among other things. And him looking really young with the long hair was it for me. Like, I was
with the ponytail.
With the pony.
You know what? We'll get to why I loved the show so much, but let's continue.
Okay, and then we Go. Okay. Then we have Eun plays Min-yeon. And unfortunately, this actor, why haven't we seen him anywhere else? Well, he died tragically in a motorcycle accident the very next year after Coffee Prince in 2008.
Right?
I had no idea until very recently.
I cried. I cried so much because it happened while it happened while he was filming a drama. So he was on his way back from
Yeah,
work, I think.
something like that.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
and
it
it
might
was
have been a
just like
rap
a
party or
bend.
something. It was an event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, actually, yeah. And it was in the middle of Gong Yu's enlistment because Gong Yu enlisted right after Coffee Prince. And there are pictures of him like being excused from the military to come to the funeral. And just oh, my baby, the devastation from the whole cast, I felt that in my spirit. I still
Uh-huh.
feel it. I still feel it. And
Yeah.
watching their reunion episode
Oh,
where they get to talking about him and it
they
starts
get really
raining and I'm
emotional.
just like, oh, what a great guy.
It's
Gone too soon.
emotional and life cut too short for sure.
Yeah.
And R.I.P. Eun.
Yeah, yeah,
At least we have this thing to remember him by, the Coffee Prince, where he is sort of like a bumbling fool and he becomes like a model or something at the end of the show.
yeah.
At least it gets like a good ending. And then to wrap up, this is not a prince, but we have Kim Young-ok playing Han-gyeol's grandmother. She is everybody's grandmother, okay?
She is.
What a lovely lady. What a class act. I love her. I love following her on TikTok. All of her TikToks are really weird and stupid and funny. And I just love that she's even on there. And
Yeah.
I think maybe a lot of people know her as the grandma from Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha.
Hometown Cha-Cha.
Yeah. Yes. What a blessing. What a blessing to have
She
her.
is.
Ugh.
And her character in Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha was really a gift to me because I'm like, ooh, one day if she's no longer here, just the words and the wisdom and all that she said in Home Cha, oh,
Beautiful
what
soul.
a gift.
Beautiful soul.
Yeah.
So we come to the end of it. I think I know how you feel. I think everybody knows how we feel about this show. But please talk to me about Coffee Prince, your unspoiled thoughts.
Unspoiled. Okay. I watched this, like I said, in October 2007. I was in a very emotional space of, I want to find my place in the world. Like, who am I? And I need people who believe in me. And it was just perfect. It was the perfect show to watch because it helped me process my emotions. It helped me understand friendships. It helped me even process how I was interacting with my parents at the time. Because I really did feel like both Han-gyeol and Eun-chan, just with what was happening in my life at the time. And so it was like my outlet because I felt like as a kid, I didn't have the space to explore my feelings with my parents because I'm from Ghana. And this was just it. Everything I was seeing felt like it. So it's a fantastic show on friendship, on found family, on purpose, on love. Yeah.
Wow.
You can't go wrong with Coffee Prince.
I love that answer. I don't think I can give a better answer than that because when I watched Coffee Prince, I was just like a punk and had not been exposed to a lot of K-dramas. This was maybe in my first 50 K-dramas that I watched, and I thought it was really good, and I could totally understand why this was making waves and why I was seeing this on top 100, top 50, top 20 lists that I was going through at the time trying to find really good K-dramas. You know, I don't know if people realize this, but was really hard to find credible critique or rankings or ratings on K-dramas back in the day, right? And I started way later than you, and I had the internet at my disposal, and I was still like, where do I even start? How do I find these K-dramas? Where do I watch? Like, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Today, you just go on TikTok, and someone tells you, like, what to watch, how to watch it, whatever. Or you just go on Netflix. It's so easy.
It's so easy now.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know.
You guys legitimately don't know. And so when I watched Coffee Prince, I appreciated it immensely, and I thought it was really good. I thought some of those scenes were like K-drama crack moments, and I've said K-drama crack a few times lately in different episodes because there are so many K-drama crack moments in Coffee Prince, really iconic ones that I still remember. They're ingrained in my memory.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think rewatching today, I'm struck by how woke it is, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. This drama was ahead of its time.
It was.
Compared to all the dramas during that time period. This drama was like, it talked about feminism. It talked about, purpose and finding yourself and really putting what you want ahead of love. And it's just perfect. I don't know anyone who doesn't like it. I feel sorry for you. That's all.
I have this quote here from Rolling Stone India that says Coffee Prince was a cut above the rest in that it was the determination of the cast which truly brought each character to life. Yoon made her character believable both as a boy and a girl in love for the first time. Gong's well-balanced portrayal of the moody Han-gyeol made him lovable throughout the show. His dilemma on his sexuality, reactions leading to soul-searching, and the chemistry between him and Yoon is seamless. The show raised questions on gender identity, social norms, and notions around same-sex relationships, femininity, masculinity, which makes it more suitable a show for everyone, even today.
Exactly. I'm standing ovation.
Yes, standing ovation for that paragraph from Rolling Stone India, because I fully 100% agree that it covered a lot of ground. And I don't necessarily feel like there was a ton of plot either. We were just sitting with these feelings, with these people. We were just going to the coffee shop every day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What was there to it, you know?
It felt, you know what it felt like? It felt like I was just getting a vlog from my friends.
Oh, I like
because
that.
It just felt like daily life. It just felt, even like the struggles they were having, the emotional struggles. It just really felt like I was watching a vlog with my friends on YouTube.
Yeah. I appreciated the chemistry between Gong and Eun-hye so much this time around. I knew it was good the first time I watched Coffee Prince, but on this watch, I was like, look, if it's some shows nowadays, currently airing shows, recent shows, wish that they could have what Gong and Eun-hye had back in Coffee Prince. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
It's a very natural, sexually tense relationship that they had. And a lot of give and take, push and pull, feelings, angst, all this stuff. And then on top of that, he's grappling with his sexual identity. Like, what is he gay now? What does that mean? How is he going to pursue her? I mean, how he thought he was a guy.
Exactly.
It was amazing. Amazing.
And I loved that he did not, like, they did not err on the side of homophobia. And the reason I'm saying that is because I've heard the criticism that people are like, oh, it was homophobic. No, that's not fair.
Not exactly.
If you've been heterosexual all your life and then all of a sudden you are attracted to someone of the same sex.
Right.
I can imagine that
spiral.
You start wondering. Yeah. You'll start thinking like, yo, what's going on with me? And I think he presented that so well in the drama, his struggle with it.
Right.
And finally accepting, oh, it's beautiful.
It's very, I mean, in that sense, it's very realistic because if something like that happened to someone even today, I don't feel like it would be an easy ask or an easy decision for someone today to go through that, whether it's you've been gay all your life and all of a sudden you're attracted to someone of the opposite sex, like whatever the case is, if you got an outlier that's pulling at your heartstrings, how do you handle that? You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's all about his identity and how he thought of himself. And yes, how is his family going to take it? Yes, how is society going to take it? Do I overcome this in some, do I go for it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or do I not? Do I shut it down? But how is that going to hurt me? It's literally a spiral for the man. And I loved how he played it because it was a battle of self-loathing, but then he like loves her, slash him, and what is he gonna do? Like he can't live without her. So it's quite emotional and believable for how Kong-yu sort of acted it out. And I think with as much respect as 2007 could afford it, even more respect than even a struggle like this today, I would feel.
Absolutely. I was watching an interview with him maybe 2 weeks ago, and the interviewer, Jang Do-yeon, asked him, what helped you become the actor you are today? And he said, Coffee Prince.
Oh.
And then she's like, oh, if you were to love in real life, which character would you like to follow? And he said, Choi Han-gyeol. Like, he loved so passionately.
Yeah.
And he had so much courage, and that's what stood out to him.
Yeah.
So it's like, ugh, you get it, boo.
He gets it. Yeah. He's really great. I loved seeing some of those clips of them returning and watching the series all those years later. I think the documentary aired a couple of years ago or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think maybe on the 10th anniversary. I can't remember exactly. But they brought the whole cast back. Actually, maybe it was the 20th anniversary. No, that's stupid. Not the 20th anniversary, because that would be 2027. Anyway, they brought everybody back, and they had them watch certain scenes, and they had little interviews with everybody. And I loved how there's like a Soompi article that does a really good job of summarizing all of these little clips and the documentary itself. And Kong-yu commented to Eun-hye and said, I remember everything we did. We kissed a lot. Since I've aged, I know. Since I've aged, I can talk about it without feeling shy. And Eun-hye says I'm shy and was I know she was like really bashful about it, because honestly they were all over each other in the show, and I would be completely mortified to return to it after the fact and watch it.
Wait. I don't think they had a lot of kisses though.
No, what I'm saying is, well,
they had a lot of intimacy.
Yes, but and then also I feel like compared to more recent shows, even, that was a lot of kissing. There's some shows that like you don't get any kisses. Like Summer Strike from the same director.
Yeah.
No kissing. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. And then Eun-hye, they were watching their own kiss scene, and Eun-hye like averted her eyes and said, "Oh, it's hot in here." And Gong-yu said, "Eun-chan was a very motivated girl. She was not passive. I didn't know what Eun-hye's hands were doing, but after watching the broadcast, her hands were pulling up my t-shirt." I guess he never noticed that she was like clawing at him. It's great. It's so great.
She was into it.
That's why he said she was motivated. I would be like, cut, please. Cut, because I don't want you to see me blushing right now. Let me see. Lee Sung-gyun, who is Ajashi, said Choi Han-gyeol is Gong-yu. Didn't it suit him better than any other role? However, Gong-yu hesitated to join the production, explaining it was a time when I had a bit of opposition against romantic comedies. After becoming an actor, it was the first time I had experienced that puberty. I wanted to grow while fulfilling my sense of achievement. But the vibe around me was, you have to do this. That's how you become a star, get advertisements and get main roles. And this is something that's even happening today, is that a lot of people are not taking melodrama, dramas, thrillers, these genres seriously. Stars get made with like romantic comedies. Yeah, romance. Yeah. Right? Like consider Ryan Gosling or Matthew McConaughey over here. It wasn't until they did The Notebook, it wasn't until they did, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days that they were really getting play. And they were hesitant to keep doing that because they were afraid of getting typecast, even though the money was good doing these romances, right? So I feel like Gong-yu's had a valid hesitancy, right?
He did, but at the same time, we hadn't gotten like a proper romance from him.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because when you say Biscuit Teacher...
That's a very strange show. Because I remember watching it and I was like, show. I feel weird.
It is a very strange show. And then he did One Fine Day, which was okay. It didn't have the same hype as Coffee Prince. But really, Coffee Prince really felt like the start of Gong Yoo.
It's his notebook.
It's his notebook.
It's his notebook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the notebook, but
what?
It's his notebook.
What?
I haven't seen the notebook.
Not that I am a advocate for the notebook, but I feel like everyone should see the notebook at least once, okay? I don't care who you are. Just watch the notebook at least once so you can get it and then move on with your life. So watch the notebook, Carol. Stay tuned for the notebook movie corner on the Patreon feed because I don't know why, but I want to be there for when you give me your thoughts on the notebook. Otherwise, it'll just be in our DMs.
Okay.
So regarding the situation, PD Eun-jung explains some actors may feel apprehensive about idol turned actors, referring to Eun-hye. However, Gong Yoo said, I am the problem for myself. He said he wasn't in the position to discuss his co-stars' acting, and that made me think this person is cool. Because Gong Yoo didn't have an ego about working with Eun-hye, who had just received a ton of flack for her acting in Princess Hours. Yeah.
And we see behind the scenes videos of Eun-hye working so hard. Oh my gosh. She worked so hard because of that flack she was getting. And I was watching the wrap-up party videos where she goes outside and she's just crying her eyes out, and people are coming to her like, you did such a good job. You did, like, we're so proud of you. It was a beautiful moment.
Yeah, and Gong Yoo praised her. Even to this day, he maintains the reason I was able to become Choi Han-gyeol was Go Eun-chan and Eun-hye. That's her character's name and then her real name. Eun-hye's passion made me feel embarrassed and helped me to grow. It made me wake up.
Yes, which is so interesting because that's what I feel like her, like, to see her work so hard as an idol actor because of that flack, and then to see her character also work so hard. I could tell the moment he fell in love with her in the show. And it was so early on. It was like, well, can I say it?
Yeah, you can. Fine, go ahead. Okay. The show is really old. 2006.
It is old. Yeah. Spoiler alert. But he fell in love with her when he went to her house and he sees her schedule. And and he's like, oh yes, so she does this and this and this and karate and walnuts and milk. And he's just like, wow, this person is living so passionately. And that's when he starts falling for her.
Yeah, he starts appreciating her.
Yeah.
He understands her a bit more after that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's nice.
He doesn't have the full picture.
No.
But he understands her. Yeah.
But seeing how her day is mapped out to the, minute is really kind of blew him. Eun-hye expressed her admiration for the drama, saying, after appearing on Coffee Prince, I no longer heard the term idol turned actress. It's the project that made me into an actress.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
I'm getting really emotional about it because knowing how her career turned out and how she struggled throughout her life and the different scandals and stuff, I feel like Coffee Prince has to be super special to her to have that.
Yeah.
Last thing I'll say is about Gong Yoo. Here's a quote from him. Coffee Prince is the project that revived my dying passion. I think I was healed through the drama. We became brighter and hotter together. That's why I think it's that much harder to forget everyone, and that's what makes this project that much more meaningful.
Aww.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so if you haven't watched Coffee Prince and you're listening to this, please just watch Coffee Prince, okay? It's great.
It's wonderful.
It's great. I loved it. I don't know if I said my thoughts, but yeah, I loved it. I think I have some qualms that we could talk about in the spoiler section, certainly, but It is a top tier drama, one of the best out there. It's why I watch K-drama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's for these kinds of dramas.
Yeah, I agree. Same. My number one drama.
Oh, it's not my number one, but it's up there. So fun facts really quick. Eun-hye won Best Actress at the 44th Baeksang Awards, and so did Eun-jung, the director. She won Best New Director at the 44th Baeksang Awards. This has spawned remakes, of course. You've got remakes coming out of Coffee Prince coming out of Thailand, the Philippines, Malaysia, and China as well. And then a couple of fun facts about the locations, because I feel like these are iconic locations. The Coffee Prince coffee shop was an old coffee shop in Hongdae, which was remodeled for the filming. The eponymous cafe was reopened after filming concluded with the wallflowers painting by Han-gyeol and other props from the drama on display. I do not know if it is still there.
It's still there.
Okay.
I visited it in 2015.
Oh my God. Tell me about the Coffee Prince. Oh my God. How exciting.
I did my whole pilgrimage to the coffee shop. It was not good.
Shut up.
It was not good.
By
that time, the allure of it.
Yes.
It was gone.
Oh no.
And it wasn't well maintained. I am curious to see if they've brought it back up because, people are still watching the show.
Right.
And want to visit. But
Holy
at
cannoli.
the time it wasn't that good.
So 8 years after the show, it was no good.
It wasn't good.
Oh my gosh.
It broke my heart.
Oh my, I don't know how to move on.
But I was still so happy.
Okay. So, wow. So the Seoul Animation Center at the foot of Namsan in Yejangnong, Jonggu, that is the rooftop that was used as the exterior terrace for Han-gyeol's house. And you can see this rooftop garden thoroughly from the scene in episode 17. There's so many scenes that are outside of his house, which is a beautiful terrace.
Yo, let's talk about it.
Yo.
Because that was 2007, that was going to be my first apartment. I was just like, if I ever build something, it's gonna be Choi Han-gyeol's apartment.
Oh my God.
I sent you a floor plan of it that I drew. Like, no one could tell me nothing. That was a beautiful apartment.
What a great location. I was like, this is luxury. Okay.
It is.
It's beautiful. So those are some fun facts about Coffee Prince. Would you care to rate the drama out of 5 soju bottles? No, give me a face right now. You're like, please.
I'd rate it a 5 soju bottles.
5.
And I'll explain why as we go into the
no problem.
spoilers and whatnot.
I think I'll give it a 4, maybe 4.5.
Ooh, I'd love to know
soju
why.
bottles. Yeah, no, you'll find out why. I don't want to ruin it because I still really believe in the show. You feel me?
Okay.
But yeah, so we're going to talk spoilers for Coffee Prince right after this.
Excuse me, 뭐라고?
아이 괜찮아.
You know, I have no tingle. Oh, sorry.
Swear, disgusting shit.
All right, we're back in the spoiler section. We're going to talk spoilers for Coffee Prince. Carol, where would you like to start? Because I don't have very good notes for the drama. I gotta be honest, I was just watching to watch basically. But if you want to, I told you I was gonna lean on you. Did you want to talk about anything specific right now?
Let's talk about the easy ones, like the low-hanging fruits.
Okay.
That didn't have that much context. I'd love to first talk about the relationship between Han-gyeol and Han-sung, Ajishi, his cousin.
Okay. Okay, do you want to do that first, or are you just listing off some topics that you want to cover?
I'll do that. Let's do that first.
Okay. So Gong Yu's character and his cousin, are in love with the same woman for the better part of a decade, and the cousin was dating her for like 9 years before she cheated on him and moved abroad, and the whole show starts with her coming back to Korea, and the cousin is really messed up about it. And then Kong-yu's just like hovering for a decade. And I don't know how to fit. This is icky. Okay?
It is icky.
It is
he
icky
was
to
so
the max.
annoying for that.
And
he was so annoying for that.
Super annoying. And we're coming at it from not a Korean perspective. I felt that Kong-yu's character was extremely inappropriate with her.
You know what? I actually don't think so from a K-drama perspective.
Really? Because thinking of like the conservative nature of Korea, I was like, they are all over each other. It's bizarre.
I'm only saying this because when you're looking at the dramas of that time, it was very much, we can be brothers, we can love the same girl, whoever wins, wins. It was very much like that.
I just don't agree with that. I think
What?
it's so weird.
I think it's weird. I think it's weird for sure, but it was a thing in shows. When you look at My Lovely Kim Sam-soon, when you look at Lovers in Paris, you had an uncle and a nephew who loved the same girl. When you look at Cain and Abel, Soji
Stop
Sub
it! Stop it! No one has ever brought up Cain and Abel to me. I fucking love that drama.
Girl, it's me. I'm gonna bring it up.
Oh my god! I have had so many people on this show. Oh my god. No one has ever. You've watched Cain and Abel.
I've watched Cain and Abel.
We are one of the only people I feel like who have watched that. It's so good. It's so good.
It is so good.
With Soji
But you
Sub?
have.
Oh my god. Yeah. But okay, so to your point, yes, they loved the same woman, but it wasn't as, I don't know, but it wasn't like this younger dude who was hanging around this Nuna, and she was very flirtatious back to him. Maybe it was because there was like that still tension between them. That she entertained his like fancies.
Yes, okay. She entertained it, but I think that's just who she was.
Well,
and
we have
that's
to
what
talk about
made
her too, because
exactly.
I got issues with her. Okay,
I got major issues until she has her conversation with cousin. I had major issues with her.
So, so going back to the cousins, so it happens twice to them because Han-gyeol is in love with Yoo-ju, the second female lead, and then Han-sung, the cousin, falls in love with Eun-chan. So it's like a love square. And the cousins love the same women.
Yeah. They just have a type.
It's
what can
weird.
we say?
No, it's not. They're like wildly different women. And I don't know what to say. Like this, I don't think, would this fly today?
I don't think it would fly today.
Okay.
I think that what you said about them being different women, Han Yoo-ju was sort of like the ideal type of woman. An artist, soft-spoken, gentle, a bit standoffish, but also warm. Like she kept you in.
She was mysterious.
She had that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Eun-hye was just loud and vibrant and open book and something that someone who made them really think about their lives and what they're doing. And
then I have a follow-up question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you feel like these ladies were relegated to being the manic pixie dream girl? Because
I don't.
I mean, keep going. I'll just leave the question out there so you can ponder it. But
I don't think so because Eun-hye had her own life,
right,
and her own arc, and she was very adamant and persistent in her arc. That she was so adamant that she ends up getting his support. So yes, yes, she was there to help him grow, but at the same time, I feel like he was there to, once she realized her dreams and goals and whatnot, he was there to support her too. And and that was, to me, balance, because you can't just always be the one taking.
Yes, they bring up that imbalance way later in the show, because it seems like we get a lot of their relationship, like they get together pretty early in the show, which I feel like a lot of people might balk at that. They might be like, why did they get together so early in the show? It feels like maybe there's way less tension and stakes throughout the last few episodes.
What do you mean they got together early?
Yeah, Han-gyeol and Eun-chan they were together for a few episodes at the end versus they get together at the end of the show. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. They did get together, yes, in episode, I'd say officially, 12.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we have a bunch of episodes left. Like there's 17 episodes. So they're together for a while and we get to see them grow together. We get to see them, their relationship, right? And I don't necessarily, like, even though I brought it up, like Manic Pixie Dream Girl, I think thinking it through, you're absolutely right that they have sort of a balanced scenario here where he ends up supporting her dreams and he lets go of his, right? Yeah. Or he finds a new dream, so to speak. Yeah. But I think with her relationship with Ajushi is a bit of a Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Yes. She sort of flits out of his life in and out. She delivers milk. She plays with his dog. They have these like park dates, and he's like sort of enamored with her and her outlook on life and her zest and her zeal and her youth. And I think for him, it is a bit of a Manic Pixie Dream Girl scenario with Eun-chan, but not with Han-gyeol's character or Kong-yu's character.
No. We have strayed a little from the cousins.
No, but the cousins, what did you specifically want to talk about with the cousins?
I absolutely loved how they spoke to each other.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, because there was a scene where he's talking about his frustrations with Han Yoo-ju, the cousin, talking about his frustration with Han Yoo-ju, and Choi Han-gyeol is like, that's because you want to cage her. You want to.
I love that scene. Okay, that's early. That's pretty early. That is
early.
Yeah, in the show.
And that's when the show became a different show for me, because I'd never seen that before. Having that call-in of saying, you're being an asshole. This is what you're doing. She is a person of her own. I was like, damn, okay. Let's go.
That was in episode 4. And what the cousin says is that he can't get used to her again.
Yes.
And Kong-yu says that's because you're trying to tame her. Her wildness is her appeal.
Exactly.
And then he reads like a quick headline. The cousin reads a headline in an art magazine that says she doesn't want to get married, which compounds the issue because he does want to get married. Tough to like, for that guy, for their relationship, the second relationship with him and the second female lead. It's very interesting to see how Kong-yu understands her better than he does. Yeah. And Kong-yu's like, don't try to change her. That's because the way she is.
Because he's feeling the same things.
Right.
He's feeling the same things where he feels like everyone is trying to change him into something he doesn't want to be.
Yeah. And maybe it's, how do I put this? I feel like this is too smart of a thing for men to actually realize and say out loud. Yo, don't try to change her. Her wildness is her appeal. Yes, she's sort of like a cat. She comes and goes when she wants. She has these flirtations. She has these like trysts now and then. That's part of her. That's why you like her, is that she's sort of unpredictable.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm like, the show was ahead of its time.
And I'm like, look, there's no way that a man would say that in real life.
No shade.
But no shade to men, but I have never heard such a profound thing.
Yeah.
And Gong Yu's supposed to be 29 years old, right?
Exactly.
In the show. No way in hell is a 29-year-old coming through with that like nugget for his 32-year-old cousin to get over his complex with his long-standing girlfriend who he wants to marry.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why do you even... Yeah. What do you think about that? I just threw like a little zinger in there because it's very much giving... Throughout the show, it's very much giving man written by a woman.
Yes, that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
That's why the show is written by a woman, because they also have an opportunity for Han-sung, the cousin, to say something, a nugget like that to Han-gyeol, when Han-gyeol is like, what's wrong with paying my girl's debt? Like, why is she mad at me?
This is later in the show.
Yeah.
He serves it back to Gong Yu's character. That's right.
And you see Gong Yu's character be like, oh my gosh, I've been so dumb. Of course, you're right. And that's what I really appreciated about their friendship, is they could challenge each other and the way they think without the other person bulking and saying, I'm going to do it my way, F you, and all of that. So you could see that they respected each other and they listened to each other. And so I love their friendship.
I think what you're referring to is episode 16.
Yes.
When the cousin says, the moment a man makes a woman his, the man wants that woman to live according to his wishes. But just because he's won her over, can he force her to do as he wants?
Exactly. Only could be written by a woman.
There is no way in hell that this was written by a man, thinking that a man would say this out loud. It's a bit preachy. It's everything a woman would want to hear. And us two women sitting here talking about it, 110% we're eating it up. You can see us eating it up right now. So, I mean, my criticism is, I guess, is it forced upon the characters to say this? Or do you feel like it rings hollow because it's sort of detached and unrealistic for a man to muse about a woman's role in society? Or do you feel like it works?
I think it works, and I think it works because Han-sung's character came off as such a wiser person who is in tune with people's emotions, not always his own. So he definitely had anger issues, very, very typical. He had anger issues. He had a lot of ego and pride. They both did. But to see them grow past it and let go of their ego and be like, yo, I just need you. I just want you. Because at the end of the day, you find that both of them are very private about their relationships. It's just me and her. You hear him many times saying, this is just what happens between Han-gyeol and me. It's like, we've been going at this for 10 years. We'll be all right.
Right.
You know?
We'll work it out.
So, we'll work it out. But that doesn't mean that they will make stupid decisions. They won't make stupid decisions, sorry. And they won't say bad things, but they have each other to draw them in. I'm a little with Han-gyeol's character, I'm like, you're too wise because you don't have any friends. You don't have
So Han-gyeol is like a shut-in.
Yeah, like
And-
your job is just you.
Let's
You
just talk about
like,
Han-gyeol first. That's Gong-yu's character, right? I don't believe this man exists, right? Obviously, like, man written by a woman and all that, but the way that they created this character, we first see him on the plane back to Seoul, and he's flirting aggressively with his seat partner, playing cards with her, and he's like smiling, he's chumming it up with her. And then when she's like, let me get your number, she wants to contact him and stay in touch after. He's like, why would we do that? And like shuts her down. So then I'm like, oh my God, he's bitches. So, and then he's sort of mean in the first few episodes,
yeah.
right? And then you come to find out that he's actually a little teddy bear inside, and he's really sweet and sort of like a golden retriever boyfriend, which is all fine and good. Then you find out what he did in New York for the past few years. I thought, oh, he's just romping around in New York, like eating shit and doing whatever he wants on his table, like dime, right? Because he's rich, his family's rich. No. He was working freelance for a toy company for a few years, trying to get enough clout to actually get a job as a toy designer, working on like Legos, it looked like, but they didn't say they were Legos. They were some other company, whatever. Does Lego know that they did that? And I was like, okay. And then when she goes into the room finally, that's in his penthouse apartment, that he doesn't let her go in initially. They go in and I'm like, what the actual fuck? It is a room full of Legos and a giant, what's it called? Like a play space that's like immaculately detailed. It looks like a medieval, like space. It's one of those things that people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to create a custom Dungeons and Dragons like thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was
I think
this is really, I did not expect that they would take it in this direction. And for some reason, I completely blocked it from my memory on the rewatch. So when the rewatch hit and I was watching this scene, I was like, you're joking. You're joking. This man is sitting in here playing with toys by himself.
Because he is an only child. That's the first thing.
No, yeah.
And he had issues with his parents, so with his dad to be specific. So he's trying to make sense of his world. I don't think it was strange that he was playing Lego, only because I felt like he had this facade for his family. Whether it was his grandma or his mom, he always had this playful, outgoing facade. And when he was by himself, he was more reclusive. It was really Eun-chan's character who made him talk more and pushed his emotional boundaries. But otherwise, when he's not around people, he's just by himself. And I get
the recluse. I get that he doesn't have any friends. I get that he has this issue with his dad. I understand he's got daddy issues. I understand he's not really close with his dad, and that he wanted to get away and do his own thing and find his own dream, and making toys was something he could do on his own. Yeah. And that's what he says later on in the show. I get all that. It's literally the shock of, she's like, what's in the room? And they go in, and it is this entire play space that is not even, I was questioning the level of the play space, because I was like, okay, why is this entire game board that's the size of the room on the floor? Why can't he put it on like a custom table that's closer to like chair height that he can play and like not be huddled over on the floor with like some pillows and stuff for comfort? I was like, look, I'm all for creating a space that's your own and having this hobby, having this passion, whatever. I was like, he's rich. Let's take it up a notch. Like, let's like level up.
But it wasn't about the setup. It was more so about he's still a child.
I know. I agree with you, and I understand what you're saying. maybe it's just me that I'm like, if I was Eun-chan and never mind that I have nowhere near the same background as Eun-chan. If I walked in and I saw this, I would have been like, first of all, what the fuck? Second of all, get me a chair, and I want a cushion, and I don't want to sit on the floor, and I'm going to order you a nice table to put this thing on, because I am not going to be getting scoliosis playing with you in this little room, okay?
I feel like your expectations are high for a bachelor who doesn't want to work.
You're right.
Who did not design his space himself. His grandma did. Like, he just shows up.
You got a point.
And guys, you go
clean.
into guys' places. True.
He does keep it pretty clean, so I'm not far off from, like, you know.
Maybe he's just an orderly person. But you'll go to a guy's house and all he'll have is his computer chair.
No, stop, because
TV.
this is a running joke. This is a running joke in just society, right? That they'll have like a mattress on the floor and a really nice game console and a TV with the wires still like sticking all over the place, and they'll be like, welcome. And I'm like, no. Get your life in order. Get a freaking bed frame.
Exactly.
Like, I love that running joke though.
I do, and I've seen it myself a few times. So I know what I'm saying.
It's scary. It's scary.
He's very scary.
He's not at that level, though. He's not at that level. He's way above that level. Okay, he's got furniture. He's got food in the house. He's got dining chairs.
He cooks.
Okay, like I'm not far off from like coming in here and being like, this is bare minimum. Let's level up. Okay.
Well, wasn't it the same in House of Cards? Did you ever watch House of Cards?
No, I never watched House of Cards. The American or the remake?
The American one. The guy had a whole what's the war between the North and South in America?
The Civil War.
Canada. Sorry.
Oh,
Canada?
Yeah,
that one. I'm in Canada.
Okay, sorry.
I'm saying
Civil War.
Yeah, he had a whole toy setup thing that he was always playing with, and it was on the floor.
Que no. No me diga. Oh my gosh. You're telling me Kevin Spacey was on the floor playing with
Yes,
toys?
Kevin Spacey. That's him.
Well,
yeah.
Let's not get into Kevin Spacey at the moment, but okay.
That's a word.
Sorry, we just cursed on the show. We mentioned Kevin Spacey.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, so that's Han-gyeol, Kong Yu's character. He's got a lot going on, but I would say that I didn't like the whole drama with his dad, which I thought was very simple to understand. Then they complicated it because they were like, he's an illegitimate child, that's what he believes, and that's not his real mom, and his dad had an affair and all this stuff. Come to find out, he's just some other kid. Like, they had friends that fell in love, and then he was born out of wedlock or something. No, they were married and then they got divorced. And then his mom died in a car accident. And then he was in an orphanage, and the dad who moved to Australia just like fucked off and didn't care about his child. And then he was adopted by his current family. And I'm like,
And
it's so annoying to me that they.
Is it?
Yes, I found it so annoying, and that they were trying to derive drama out of it. And I was like, this is not where the drama. This is not where the drama is at. You know,
It's lack of communication, and the good old, guys who are stoic. Like the dad never actually saying anything. And I in part understood him, because this is the child of his first love. He's not gonna every day be like, yo, this is my first love, when he's married this woman. And unfortunately,
it's so messed up.
It's so messed up.
It's too messed up.
It is so messed up. It is too messed up. But I think the mom character is more loving than necessary.
More loving than necessary?
Situation. In that situation. Like, how are you bringing your first loves? You just can't get over her.
Your husband's first love had a child, died. Now you're going to raise your husband's first love's child.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot.
Come on.
It's a lot. It's a stretch.
It's such a stretch. I agree. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's...
Yeah.
As much as they wanted to... And then it felt like they just kept adding to the drama versus taking away. Like, I'm like, just simplify. He has daddy issues. We're done. I think it could have been enough where the dad was just ill-prepared to raise a child. Maybe he has issues of his own and they had to work it out versus he's raising his first love's child. And the biological dad coming back, I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, it was not good.
I did not appreciate the biological dad.
Talk to me.
I did not appreciate that scene because I'm just like, what do you want?
Right.
Why are you back here? And I think they used it as a way to tell him the truth of his, origin story. But I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you have a brother. And I was just like, ugh, I don't care.
I don't care.
And I don't think it wasn't that important because the same way he struggled with his sexuality and family and found family, you don't see him struggle with this whole dad situation. So it's not that important.
It's not that important.
I do appreciate how Eun-chan supported him in it.
Oh, sure. but come on. I don't care. He didn't seem to mind. It was a lot for him, but he seemed to take it in stride and just felt like a waste of time. And the drama is sitting pretty at 17 episodes. So to me, if this was made today, this would be 12 episodes. They would cut down so much of that crap. They would cut down on the mom, like Eun-chan's mom. And the neighborhood butcher who have like an on and off again. Like every conversation they have, I'm like, it's the same conversation. Literally the same conversation every time. That he has a crush on her. He wants to marry her. Why isn't she giving him the time of day? And it's just nothing conversations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That would have been cut. The whole drama with Eun-chan's mean little bratty sister. And
entitled.
Oh my God. Entitled little bitch. I hated her for so much of the show. And then her with Min-yeom.
I hated the way she treated him.
She treated him like shit. Like shit. So every time they were together and she was demanding things and he was smitten over her and would do anything she wanted, I was sick of it. It happened so much. So if this was 12 episodes made today, all of that would be cut down or gone entirely. So many things would be taken out. Like the whole drama also, I hated this, of Kim Jae-wook's character, Song-ki. Him and the Japanese lady or something that he fell in love with, but she was married in an abusive relationship, and then she escaped to Korea, and he followed her to Korea, and he was stalking her son or something in the daycare, and he was like, where do you live? And I was like, what is this? What is this? And then she packs up and leaves. She kept warning him, like, stop coming by here. I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
And even if I like you a little bit, it's not that much. It's not that serious. Why are you here?
Yeah, exactly.
And she just up and leaves, like doesn't tell him where she's going. So Kim Jae-wook's drama, another hindrance of the show. I was skipping most of that shit. I mean, the list goes on for different things that I don't care about.
Yeah.
So that's a major qualm with the show for me.
Yeah.
Because we got 17 episodes, and you're not just watching Gong-yu and Eun-hye. You're watching all of these characters and their various idiosyncrasies, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't. And maybe that makes me a bad person, or maybe it just makes it really obvious on rewatch what I care and don't care about in stories. And what is the meat, right? I don't want to keep eating, breadsticks all episode. I want to fill up on the main course, okay? And to me, they were the main course.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree. I think
I feel bad because I feel like we've gotten to the part of the episode where I'm just like shitting on the show. but I, you know, I feel bad.
I think that because they had 17 episodes, they got to show a little bit about everybody's life. Was that necessary? I don't know. But does that make them memorable at this time? Absolutely. When you think of Kim Jae-wook, you do think of his character in Coffee Prince. Each person had a distinct story to them that you remember, right? The co-founder of the Coffee Prince, I felt like his story with his love life was there to show and to like be a lesson to Choi Han-gyeol and Seung-ki.
I liked his love story, and the way that he told it was very well done. Because he does it on the rooftop, and this is after Kong-yu's character has found out the jig is up. Like, he knows that Eun-chan is a girl, and he's really...
Oh my gosh. That moment is one of my favorite lines in the show, when he says something along the lines of, yes, I know I'm angry, but when I think about it, can I live without this person?
Perspective.
Perspective. And just forgiveness and letting it go so that you can move to the next stage. I was like, oh my God. That's amazing.
I thought it was a very good use of that story from, what was it, Han-gyeol? The other co-owner or something of the Coffee Prince. He was very good at inserting some much needed perspective throughout the show, but that scene was amazing for him. I didn't like how they thought that was juicy enough to bring around in the final episode where he meets that first love again, the one who ditched him and was like really bad to him, and she's married and has a kid and all this stuff, and I'm like, we don't need this. We do not need this. That was a standalone thing in an earlier episode. We don't need it. So that's what I mean by there was a lot of little things that added up, and I just didn't like some of these side stories that didn't need to be side stories. They could have just been a really cool monologue instead of like, oh, now we have to find out what happened to him in his first love. Did we need to circle back on that? No, we did not.
I agree.
Let me see. I also, that character, Hong-gye Shik, that dude was disgusting. I don't know how he lived.
See, it made sense that he was on the floor.
Filth. Because he was, in episode 1, he was like picking his nose. And I was like, weird, ew. And then he kept doing really gross hygiene things.
The towel that he used on his...
No, stop. I was like, this is nasty. And then him picking like some gum off the glass in Coffee Prince and then like putting it in his mouth and stuff. He was disgusting. A cesspool. He was. A cesspool. So that's a side note for that guy, because I was like, I don't think they would ever make such a gross dude in a current drama. I don't know why they made this guy so repulsive. It was not, I was not laughing.
But he was really good at his job, though.
True. And then I couldn't tell if it was real or not, because the way they shot it, I was like, did he really just do that? Like take a towel and like clean the toe cheese out from his feet and then clean his teeth with the same towel? The shot is unbroken. So I'm convinced that they made him do all these nasty things over and over again for the take. It's nasty.
I can't imagine it.
It's so gross.
Yeah, it was.
So let's talk really quick about the meet cute, and then we can talk about the whole tension of them falling in love and some great scenes that we have. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's really poor. She's living paycheck to paycheck. She's a delivery driver. She's a taekwondo instructor. She's peeling chestnuts. She's sewing eyes on little plushies. And it's all menial work. And her mother is an overspender. She's spending $100 on shoes that they can't afford. It's really messed up. But she delivers food to Kong-yu's penthouse apartment.
Ooh.
And he
let's talk
is
about it.
nearly naked. He's just in a towel. And he's sitting on a couch using a smaller towel to wipe the water off of his legs. And she looks up his towel as he's drying himself and definitely sees him naked. I got questions though, because why? First of all, he gets out of the bathtub because he's taking a bath full of soap and it's like a bubble bath. He gets
Self-care.
out still covered in soap suds.
Okay, that was
like,
wild.
He's a maniac. He's a maniac because he cuts out of the shower. He's like on the phone or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, is he going to get back in the bath? I was so confused. And then he starts drying himself off, just puts a towel on with soap still on his body. And I was like, somebody call 911 because he needs help. That was uncalled for. I was like, who does that? And then she shows up and he's like, oh yeah, just leave the food there at the front table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the hell takes delivery in a towel still covered in soap suds? And
I will say,
it was so K-drama.
sometimes-
It was so K-drama.
I don't think it was K-drama because
Really?
sometimes it's crucial. Listen, I was sick a couple of months ago.
What are you telling me? What are you telling me, Carol?
Let me just finish. I was sick. That's the context. I was sick.
Fine.
And I put it on my Instagram, and this person I hadn't worked with in like 4 years was like, hey, I have some antibiotics. I will bring it to you. And she told me she'll come at 12. So I'm in the shower. I'm washing my hair. I'm black. I have like 4C hair. And I'm washing my hair and I get a text. Hey, I'm here. She was 2 hours early.
Oh.
And she was on her way to drop her daughter off at a birthday party. So I'm like, ooh, I gotta go. So I just put on my shower cap. I put on my robe. I ran downstairs. And there was like conditioner all over me. So you know what? It happens. I was just like,
how do I put it? He didn't even do
he
it. Wasn't
did not care.
He did not care because he was already out of the bath before she ever knocked on the door.
Yeah. He didn't care.
Okay.
I was surprised that he was
villain. Because what?
First of all, he had a studio, so it was just one big space. It was an extended bathroom, okay, with a couch. So he was just
but then
wiping.
he's kind of tickled by the fact that she looked at him, or
I know.
because at this point he thinks the delivery driver is a man. He's like, oh, did he see something that he liked? I think that was around the line that he said.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was like, this man is out of bounds. Out of bounds, because that is so...
He's playful.
He's so open and...
He's so open and playful.
Tickled by the fact that she might have seen something, or he might have seen something. I was like, oh my God, I would I don't know if this is just a man thing or what. Like, if you are one of these people that is okay with this scene and would be the Kong-yu's character, do this reaction, have this play out, and you're perfectly fine with it, please talk to me, because I want to know what kind of personality you have. And I don't know if it's just a personality thing. I'd love to know. Her meet cute with the second male lead, which is our cousin, is really good. I think this is the better meet cute, to be quite honest with you, because she delivers milk to his house every morning, and she's on the other side of the gate at his house, and he has got a giant sheepdog named Terry, which I love the name Terry for a dog. Hey, Terry is like a human name. And she's petting the dog. She's playing with the dog. She's awooing the dog. She's like, oh, trying to get the dog to howl with her, and it's so charming.
Yeah.
And she tells the dog, oh, like, get your dad to come out and, you know, have some fresh air or something. And he hears her talking to the dog and being really good to the dog. And she leaves, and all he catches is like a glimpse of her leaving on her bike.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a really good meet cute.
It is. And I think that it's especially fascinating because his introduction to her is a girl because he heard her voice. While Eun-chan, let's talk about it for a second. During those times, all the jobs she was doing were for men. So because she passed as a guy, she was able to get those jobs. And so you could see in their head the, what is it? I don't want to say prejudice, but they already have those linked images to, oh, delivery, guy. Oh, this, guy. And for him to see her as a woman first, I was like, oh, this is so cute. This is perfect.
Yeah, it's really cute. And I love that later on he meets her outside the wine bar.
Yes.
Where she's like temping for a night, and she gets the gender of the dog wrong. I thought this was such a great touch because she thought it was a girl dog. Yeah. And he goes, oh, it's a boy. And she's like, oh, dang, I thought it was a girl. And I'm like, wow. Way to, I guess, inside joke, I guess. Yeah. It was good. I like that little nice touch. But then Hera and Gong-yu enter into contract relationship. She plays his fake boyfriend. He doesn't believe her when she gives her ID number and it has a 13 in it, which signifies that she's a female. And he's like, no, give me your real ID number.
See? But that's what I mean by he already had his preconceived notions
I know.
of what a girl should look like and what a guy looks like.
I know. It's crazy. But I took a step back when I think there's a moment where she's talking about payment, and she wants payment for every little thing of skinship that he does to her on these blind dates. So she's like, what does a handhold cost? It should be cost this. This costs this. If you touch me here, it costs this. And then she stops short of the kissing price. And he follows that up with, what if I rape you? And I was like, what? I was like, did I read that wrong?
Wait, what?
Yes.
No, I gotta look that up.
This is episode 2. Episode 2. He says that to her in a playful tone because she stopped short of kissing. Then I guess he thought this would be funny if I follow this up and tease her about what if I rape her. And I was like, ho.
Wait, did he say sleep with you or did he actually say rape you?
The translation on Vicky was rape.
Stop it.
Yes.
Okay, that just brought it down for me.
And then in that same episode, he parks his Mini Cooper in the middle of two parking spaces. Like he parks on the line. And I was like, red flag. Red flag. Like if
I don't know how to drive, so I'm just like,
oh my God, Carol, you do not park in the middle of two spaces. Okay. That's just not, that's asshole behavior. And so those two things taken together, I was like, is there other stuff that I'm missing that I don't remember happened that are super red flaggy for this guy?
Oh my gosh, now you're going to make me watch this again.
I can't believe you didn't see this. And then he manhandles her so much throughout the show.
He does.
Like just yanking her around and, oh, let's go talk. And he grabs her wrist and like yanks her out. I'm like, oh, this stuff is really annoying and sort of dated and uncomfortable to watch. So all of those things were early, right? Well, those two things and then the manhandling happened throughout. I have an episode 4. This is my note. I swear all these guys are gay. This is my note because I said I have like receipts too, because at the first team dinner that they have, Min-yeom, that unfortunately the actor that died, that character gets drunk and kisses Jae-wook Kim Jae-wook, on the back of his head. And then the other guy, Kim Dong-wook, that guy, that's his real name in real life, he sucks on his toe. And then he kisses Gong-gyu. He kisses Gong-gyu on the head, smothers the old man, Kim Chang-won. That's the real actor's name. And then he kisses Eun-hye on the lips.
Yeah.
And presumably all of these guys are straight. And I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit. All these guys queer, okay? Like, this is not... I mean, what do you feel about... I feel like they're blending the... As much as the show talks about explicitly, like, the homosexuality, I feel like the show is just gender bending and a fluid sexuality all around.
Yeah. I think it was, let me see, 2007. I'm going to age myself.
Okay, it's okay.
For a moment.
Don't worry about it.
So please forgive me.
Okay.
Okay. So 2007 was the first time I had heard the term metrosexual.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And I just had to look it up again, the definition.
Right.
Relating to or denoting men who live in urban areas, enjoy shopping, fashion, and similar interests traditionally associated with women or gay men. I think that there seemed to be a lot of representation of that in the show with Sungi, the waffle guy, and then just the way they spoke. But I also think that without saying, I don't know how to explain it, because growing up, I would see guys like hold hands and do stupid shit.
Okay.
Which now we would put definitions on. Which we didn't back in the day.
And you know what? Maybe that's my hang up, is that I feel like there's definitions for things now that happen throughout the show, and they didn't put any labels on anything throughout the show.
Exactly. Labels. That's the word.
Yeah.
So I didn't find it weird because I also went to a boarding school.
Oh, okay.
For 3 years. So I was in a boarding school, and it was a mixed school, but you had separate quarters for the guys and the girls. But you heard and you saw this shit all the time. And so
so you're a little desensitized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't desensitized, but
okay.
it was more so I didn't have a label. It looked normal to me.
Right. I don't know what's right or wrong in this case. To put a label on it or to just leave it the way it is. It is what it is.
I think it is what it is what I prefer.
Okay.
Because I think labeling has become a little too political.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Episode 4, they go play basketball.
Oh.
And shirtless Gong-gyu will always be top tier like K-drama to me, because they like ditch work one day because it's slow at the Coffee Prince, and they go play basketball. Gong-gyu starts to chew them out, starts to reprimand them, and then he's like, I'll play you for whatever. I don't even know how they get to the basketball. But A++ scene that follows it up, because after the basketball, they come together as a group, right? Of like, you talked about found family earlier. Now the guys are even closer after doing this like basketball scene. I don't know how Yoon and Hae kept it together, because they're like dripping in sweat, and Gong-gyu's got his shirt like wide open, and I'm like, I can't even handle this, and I'm sitting in an air-conditioned room in 2023, so I don't know how she was there to do it.
Because she had not come into her like sexuality.
No,
like
girl.
She's not.
Oh my god, we have to talk about that too.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then they follow the basketball scene up with the fountain scene.
Ooh,
friend
talk about
style.
It.
And they make like a pact, like, oh, let's fighting. We're gonna do well at the Coffee Prince. Let's make 3 times the our investment or whatever it was that Gong-yu promised the grandmother. And
Yeah.
they throw a coin in this giant fountain, and then they all jump in the fountain.
Yeah.
It looks like so much fun, so refreshing. I'm not even bothering with the fact that they're in a public fountain, romping around. I don't even care. I'm like, this is top. Like, this is cinema. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just good. And the needle drops throughout the show. I wasn't concerned at all with the OST. I was concerned with the music that they had licensed, just music that was not created for the show specifically. And they had songs like This Will Be Everlasting Love from Natalie Cole, which I'm like, how much did they pay for that? And then they had on the fountain scene, You and Me song from the Wannadies.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I love that song so much. So really fun sequences that kind of stick in your brain. They don't have much to do with the plot at all. This is just like music video fodder, but I love it.
I love
it. Yeah. So I don't know if you had any other scenes before we get to she turns into a girl for a night.
Yes,
At the
I
art
loved
exhibition?
when they went to like the team event where Gong-yu is selling apples or something like that. He sells them
Okay,
for cheap.
yes, the orchard.
The orchard. That whole scene where they work together, collect the apples, and then they go into the water. And Min-hyuk is like, no, you're a girl. He was so cute. He was so cute when he found out she was a girl. So I loved that. And I also loved when the guys were living together and just how deplorable it was.
Deplorable. That
And
is,
how you... Yeah,
I mean,
how you
I
could
thought it was
see-
worse than the parasite basement
Yo,
house.
it was worse.
I was like, this
It
is
was
worse. Yeah.
But you could see their personalities in that space, with Seung-gi like being super clean, and he had his like mosquito coil. He's
Yes, it's good.
it was good. Yeah.
She gets a makeover. Ooh, K-drama trope. She gets a makeover for the art exhibition that she goes to with Ajushi cousin. I forgot how horrendous she looks when she leaves the house and he picks her
Oh
up.
my gosh. I wiped that out of my memory.
I don't know how they let her leave the house like that.
Yo, they don't like her.
Like the mom, let me just say, because of the way she left the house to go to the art exhibition, I think her mother and her little sister hate her. There is no way that they should have let her step foot looking like that. She looked like a clown.
She did.
She literally looked like a clown. And so
she did.
he takes her to get spruced up and get a change of clothes and everything. And she comes down looking amazing. And I love she falls down the stairs. Not fully. She just like skips a step and he catches her from falling. And it's so she's all that it hurts. Like, I'm like, oh my God.
A dream sequence.
Yeah. It's good. And then obviously hijinks because Gong-yu ends up attending the art exhibition instead of, her just being there incognito. She's now trying to avoid
Stressed out.
Gong-yu and all stuff. Yeah, it's great.
And he doesn't recognize her at all. At all.
Do you know-
Because that was a bit unbelievable for me.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, wow, are we so like, how strongly do we believe what we believe and do not challenge our thoughts at all?
Are you talking about suspension of disbelief, or are you just talking about
no, for
something-
him.
Oh, for him. Okay.
For him, and even for me, I'm just like, okay, I'm seeing A, and that's A, and now you're telling me it's B, and I'm like, no, that's A. Like, come on, guy, open your eyes.
Yeah, he's blind, just completely blind to
He's slow.
her. Yeah. In episode 6, he already likes her. He's already bothering her at work, and just like a school kid with a crush, he's like ordering her around. She's getting frustrated. She blows her bangs up. Like she does it like thing with her bangs, and he's like, why don't you stop doing that? I need you to stop.
He's so hot and bothered.
He's so hot and bothered. And he aggressively drags her up to the rooftop. And he got like, he's so hot and bothered. He looked like he got a fever. He's just like, can I hug you? And she's super uncomfortable. And she backs away from him. And he says, it's just like when they were doing the blind dates. Come on, he doesn't bite. But he doesn't wait for her consent. He just grabs her and pulls her in for the hug. And I was like, okay, not my favorite. But he's doing it to gauge his physical reaction to the hug, to see if he's attracted to her. Because earlier he had hugged Yudu, the second female lead, and was like, oh, thank God I'm still straight. Because I guess he felt something. So he does it to her, Eun-chan. And I love their reactions to after the hug.
Yeah.
Because she's like shook and like sits, grabbing the wall and shit to keep up. And he does the same. And he's just like clutching his heart like, oh, shit. You know?
I think that was the first time for her to sort of recognize that she feels different. And the feelings may be strong.
Grandma gets sick with stage 4 stomach cancer around episode 7. And they did absolutely nothing with the stomach cancer with her. Like, that was just a nothing. Almost like given that the elderly character would get sick.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. I feel like that was half-baked. And, okay, do you have thoughts on that? You're thinking about it.
I'm just thinking about the sequences of that. And I think they put it in there to show just how much Han-gyeol adores the women in his family.
Oh.
Because for grandma and mom, that guy would burn the earth for those two women. So to get to see him obsess over her and his mom and just be like an adorable baby for them. And for me, I'm just like, okay, yes, he loves them, but is he also overcompensating because his dad is lacking?
Ooh. I got nothing to add to that. We're going to move on because I was really so episode 8, she gets a kiss. She gets kissed by the cousin at his house.
Oh, another iffy area.
Iffy. I did not. It was very surprising, and I could see why she just ran out the house.
Yeah.
Because there was no provocation. He just, like, came up on her.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously no consent or anything. And I was like, ooh. Then later on in the episode, she's over at Kong-yu's house. And he says, you're gay, right? I'm not. So stop trying to seduce me. And I'm like, oh my God.
Bruh, it's not that simple.
I was like, babe.
Let me borrow the notebook line. It's not that simple. It's not that
simple. And then he comes up with that sworn brothers thing with the Hyungnim thing. And then he gets their ears pierced as like their sworn brothers oath. I don't even know.
Okay. But that brings up what we talked about earlier about, you know, not having labels and all these things being normal. And so he's trying to like find normal for him and make it seamless without actually saying or accepting that he has stronger feelings.
Then, I think I have notes for episodes 9 through 12, but the night at the beach.
Oh.
Get out. Get out. This is oh my God, this is K-drama crack. This is the crackiest of crack. There's like walking on the beach and she sort of goads him like, what do you like about me? Which part of me do you find pretty? Of course, I like you, ... as a sworn brother. And she is really testing this man. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was just kind of rude of her, I thought, because she knows what he thinks of her. and she's still really flirty. Really, like, cannot keep it together.
Does she know though? Because, you know, she does say that I never, like, how can you look at me and say you like me? She had some major.
No, girl, we'll get to it because this is part of these sets of
Okay.
episodes, because I feel like we have to talk about the whole Eun-chan being like a doe-eyed deer in headlights through the whole thing.
Yeah.
He holds her hand and intertwines the hands as lovers do. And then she's like, let's stay and watch the sunrise. And they spend the night out on the beach. And she puts her head on his lap, like she saw him do with Yoo-ju, the second female lead.
She was
earlier.
definitely testing him. She was wrong for that.
And then, right. I'm like, girl is really testy. So then he gives her his cardigan, real cute, because it's, I guess, chilly up on the beach. I live in Florida. We don't got that. And then it's hot. Like, we have no cardigans at the beach. So as she's sleeping, he spoons with her. And I love this scene. It's very complicated. Right? So he's cupping her hand in his, and he's just crying as he kisses her head, and he looks just terrified at the realization that he loves a man, and he's trying to reconcile this feeling. He goes missing for 3 days after the scene because he's just wrecked. He's spiraling. He has having an identity crisis. You even have a mirror scene at his place after, where he's like puts the shaving cream on his face, and he's looking at himself in the mirror, and he's just like smears the mirror with shaving cream.
Exactly.
Like, he doesn't even want to look at himself. And
he struggled.
He's
and
struggling.
I felt his
Yeah. What did you think of the beach scene and sort of the aftermath of that?
It was I loved it. It was very cute. It was very poignant.
Yeah.
I think that the aftermath, though, was immature.
Yes, I was thinking that too. Because let's just put it in perspective. He's almost 30.
Yeah.
Yes, he's having a sexual identity crisis. He loves a man. Mm-hmm. But for him to go AWOL for 3 days, and he's a business owner and just leaves the coffee shop unattended for 3 days, not receiving any calls. This is like teenager behavior.
It is. And that comes with the immaturity of not having friends. You're building your own Legos. You think it's because he
doesn't have friends?
Okay. Like, there's fair. That. I don't think he has a lot, apart from his cousin, a lot of interaction, meaningful relationships with people. I thought it was very unfair to understand just how much work meant to her and what she could do for her family, and to take that away. So to lash out on her, I was pissed.
Yeah, because he kept saying every other episode, he was like, you're fired, you're done.
Yeah,
leave.
Like, you don't play people like a yo-yo. It was very annoying to watch. But I also understood him, because he was in an era of, we don't go to therapists.
Oh, no.
See how he struggled to go to the psychiatrist. And
the psychiatrist was dismal.
Yes.
That was a bad, I was like,
that
this
was
is
a bad
terrible
scene.
Portrayal of therapy and going to a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist was like, how long have you been having fantasies of dressing as a woman and thoughts of doing this? And I'm like, what the
completely
hell?
Wrong.
Yeah.
Completely wrong.
Dead wrong. And I was like, he's like, you'll be fine in a few days if you just take this medication. I'm like, what? What?
That was the really problematic moment for me, because it's almost like you're saying, pray the gay away. So take
in
medicine,
a sense, or medicate the gay away.
Medicate the gay away. And that was crossing the line for me. However, I want to recognize the era and the lack of empathy and knowledge and just respect. It was present. So I get it, but it's a hard scene to watch.
It is very difficult to see those 3 days for him, and especially him going to the psychiatrist. Eun-chan says at this point, I'd rather be his good friend as a man than get turned down as a woman.
As a woman. And that's so heartbreaking because she has never gotten to be a woman. This is someone who is the primary breadwinner of her home.
She's
her dad
androgynous.
dies, she takes over.
She has, I guess, masculine features, if you want to call them masculine, but okay. She's not traditionally feminine.
She's not traditionally feminine presenting for the era.
And even in flashback sequences of her as a child, she still had short hair. She was still dressing a little more like a tomboy, to use the term in my drama list synopsis. And I genuinely felt bad for her and her struggle up to a point, because around this time when he's going through it and he's not getting any help and she says she has this pity party. She just has many pity parties. She's constantly crying. And I have in my notes, I'm so sick of her blubbering. I say in my notes, you can't start a relationship based on a lie. You have to tell the truth. You have to open up and be vulnerable, let them in. And she wants to have her cake and eat it too. The entire drama, and I don't mean Coffee Prince as a whole, I mean the drama of this section of the show, their issues would be wrapped up if she just manned up, no pun intended, and told him the truth that she's a woman.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't get the spinning wheels of that section of the show. Because to me, she's suffering, he's suffering. What's going to change? Like, something has to give.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And I love that when he found out, and finally when, they moved forward, he called her out on it, I think 2 or 3 times.
Oh, I have the direct quotes here. Don't worry. We'll get to it in a second, because we still have a couple of things before the shit hits the fan, because I love when she says in this pity party with the cousin there, she says, but look at me. I'm not a man or a woman. I'm too scared to tell him. And that's something that the cousin brings up later when shit hits the fan and people are trying to reconcile the two of them by saying what they know of the story. And the cousin says she doesn't even know who she is.
There you go.
And it's like, oh, that's really profound. That's really deep. She's very young. And she's been put in a box for her whole life, which is you're not good enough. You don't look the right part to be a woman.
Yeah.
You're not feminine presenting. And so you're just going to get put in the box of you're a boy. We're going to consider you a man. And it's this whole complexity of not being wanted, of not knowing how to be a woman. What is femininity? Is she still a woman even though she's dressing like this and acting like this and has these jobs and all this stuff? It's very interesting.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So she was a tomboy with her dad, right?
Yes.
We see that sequence of her playing with her dad and her dad playing with her as if he's a son or she's a son. But when she grows older, is she forced into this box that she's in?
I think so.
In order to be able to provide for her family?
I think it's a little bit of both. That she's comfortable wearing these clothes and with the short hair, that's fine. Maybe she's comfortable not wearing makeup. That's totally fine. But I also think it's that she was forced into it to provide for her family and
to
be
provide
that
for her family.
Patriarchal stand-in for her dad who died early, and now she has to provide for her family. So absolutely, it's a little bit of both to me.
It's really a conversation on society.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
For me, because back then you may be working at a cafe, or you may be like a bar host or a waitress.
Right. You cannot excuse the fact that she had very little options to go with. Because
she had very little options.
She was very young, in her 20s. She did not have a college education. She repeatedly said she had no dreams. She had no talent. She didn't do well in school. So there's no recourse for her other than to do these dirty jobs, essentially. These jobs that are meant for men with no education, men who are young, like part-time work.
Which probably paid more.
Yes, which probably paid more than if she was saying that she's a woman and she wants these jobs because of the pay gap.
Yeah.
It's completely unfair.
It is unfair.
Yeah.
So I understand her, but my issue with her is when she saw that it was getting serious.
Yes.
She should have gotten the same courage that Han-gyeol worked through to speak up.
Correct.
But she didn't get that courage.
She didn't. And then we get to the kiss in the coffee shop, which is iconic. And I don't know what else to say about that.
That's because all we're gonna say. Yeah.
It's amazing. He comes in hot. He like is all over her. And I think this is that part where when they were rewatching it, now closer to present day, I think she was grabbing his shirt or something in that scene. And I was like, oh, like that's a lot. But he says this line, I like you. I don't care if you're a man or an alien anymore.
See, okay. It's an iconic line. People keep saying it in every variety show whenever the skit comes up. Was it necessary to say alien? I don't know.
I don't know. I get the sentiment is what he's saying. That I don't care who you are. You're just you and I like you. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
To compare being in love with a man to being in love with an alien,
that was a bit much.
Hasn't aged well at all, but
no.
It's 2007.
But people still like that line.
They like it.
Yeah. I'm just shocked at it.
Yeah.
I just love the kiss. That's all.
The kiss. I distinctly remember watching this kiss in 2011 or so when I first watched the show, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I think I was rewinding it. I was like, "I gotta see it again. I gotta see it again." yeah, it's steamy. It's good. It's spicy.
It is.
Then shit hits the fan. The poser boyfriend, who is my perfect stranger dude. He spills the beans.
He's such a blabbermouth.
He's such a blabbermouth because he thinks that she told him the truth when he gets to work that morning, but she chickens out. And then he starts talking about her as if Kong-yu knows the truth. The intensity of that moment.
Yo.
The intensity?
That's why I'm like, Gong-yu is the best actor.
Oh my God. And I hate her reaction. I do hate Eun-chan's reaction because she can't look him in the eye. Which, fine, I feel like that's a cultural thing. That, like, if you are at fault, if you are, of a lower position, if you're sorry, you don't make eye contact with somebody. That's rude.
Yeah.
So, fine, she doesn't look him in the eye, but then she doesn't say anything. She's so ashamed that she doesn't say anything. She doesn't offer any explanation. She doesn't say, I'm sorry, even. He's got nothing to go off of. And again, he goes AWOL. He goes driving down the street, thinking back on all the moments they've had together and how he should have seen it coming, that she was a girl the whole time.
And that's his bad, because you should have challenged your thoughts. You should have heard her when she first said her ID and it started with 2. But no, you're like, it's a... You know what? He had every right to be angry.
He did have every right to be angry, I feel.
Yeah.
And his world came crashing down in a very K-drama fashion. But I love his line when he's talking to the cousin later, because the cousin knew the whole time. He got mad that the cousin was lying to him too, feeding into the ruse. And Kong-yu says, will the world end if I find out she's a girl?
Ooh.
And I'm like... He got points. He's got points, okay? He says to her later, tell me this isn't true. Tell me you didn't lie to me for months. You don't do that to someone you love.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to watch this again when we finish. Because so these lines...
impactful.
I hope you do one of those posts that you do with like...
with the lines, the quotes.
Yeah, with the quotes, because it's impactful,
I'll do it. Don't worry. But I mean, they talk to each other scattered throughout the episode because, of course, they're just angsty and upset. And he has every right to be. He says later, "You were selfish. You didn't care what I was going through. You didn't tell me even when I told you that I like you, even though you're a guy." So I love that he hits on like this selfishness of her not telling him that she didn't consider how he'd feel.
Yeah.
And then he does it, like, this is inexcusable, but he like comes on her and they have this aggressive kiss in the coffee house. And then he pulls away and says, "I liked you better as a man."
Oh, that's out of bounds. The moment.
Out of bounds.
That was the moment for me, because I told you I was in a very special space.
Yeah.
That was the moment where I decided that no matter how angry I am, I will not intentionally hurt someone.
Right.
And I've lived by that like forever.
Wow.
And so there was a moment in my life where my dad did that to me. And I remember having a panic attack because I was like, you did not need my dad and my sister. Shout out to my sister. I love her. But and my dad, sorry. But I was like, you don't need to intentionally hurt people the way you know it would hurt them the most.
Right.
And I could not forgive that moment.
Yeah. It's very below the belt. Very below the belt for him to do that. And then he says, "What do we have now? Do we have trust? You don't know what I gave up in my life to have you. You've been weighing your choices because you didn't want to get hurt."
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
vulnerability.
Holy fuck. Yeah. It's so much. It's so much. But they make up. They get over it. They get through it. They, reconcile. And then we get a bunch of episodes where they're together and it's very sweet. Even sweeter than the other episodes that came before it. They're very giddy with each other. Especially him. I feel like Kong Yu's character is just smitten with her. Anytime he sees her, he's just like, oh, like, it's so cute to see them. And then we get those final episodes where is he or is he not going to go back to New York? Let me just say, New York has been a problem in K-dramas since time immemorial. Okay, this is not a business proposal recent thing. He goes to New York and leaves her and there's a time jump. No, baby. Like, New York was a threat since the early 2000s. It's always been in the ether. And he ends up deciding not to go back to New York and deciding toys.
Because he's found new meaning to life.
He has found new meaning, new fulfillment in what he's doing at the coffee shop, which is...
That's the word.
Really interesting concept, to give up on a dream because you found a new one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Random. I was talking about men that I admire and why I admire them. And the common thread was one of these points where you have one dream and you're just like, you know what? I'm going to lay it down and go after this one because I love that. And I was like, ooh, let's put that on my vision board. Let's go.
I mean, we're leaving out the fact that he is enamored with Eun-chan and wants to stay with her, doesn't want to do long distance or break up.
True. But
does he need to design toys anymore to feel something? No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I was devastated when he tells the grandmother and the family that Eun-chan is actually a girl and that they're dating.
And their reaction?
The reaction.
From grandma.
From grandma.
Mom was shocked, fair, but grandma was vicious.
Oh my gosh. One of the worst blowout reactions. And it hurts Eun-chan so much. I mean, it hurt me, and I'm just a casual audience member watching this after the fact, but it was very sad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But then Yoo-joo and the cousin who have had their ups and downs, they're back together. She gets pregnant. And then she proposes to him that they get married.
Well, he proposed to her.
Oh, yeah,
and
but
she was non-committal.
Right.
No, with
Yes.
the, I don't know, cheese stick or whatever it was. And then she comes back and proposes to him. And that was beautiful. I know the girlies were
Ooh.
up in a bunch about it, but it was,
What do you mean the
fitting.
girlies were up in a bunch?
They hated that scene. They're like, why should a
What?
girl propose? It should always be the guy. And
Okay, babes. So my thing is the show is groundbreaking in all kinds of ways.
so many ways.
And they had set up earlier that her character doesn't want to get married. She's not
Yeah.
about that life. She's a free spirit, whatever the hell. And I feel, and I've said this in another episode, I can't remember which one. Might have been Search WWW with you.
Yes.
That's a deal breaker in
Yes.
a relationship, right? When one person wants to get married and the other person doesn't, on moral, ethical, whatever grounds that they want, that's a deal breaker. To me, that spells the end of the relationship.
Yeah.
And the fact that she sort of works through it and gets over the trauma because her mom's been married 4 times and like it's this whole thing, complex that she has about getting married. She plucks up the courage to actually propose to him, and then she knows that it's something that he's wanted for many years. Talk about being together for 9 years and not getting married. I'm like, that was not on him. He would have gotten married long ago, but it was on her.
That's true. That's true.
And you know, him sort of cheating on her definitely cheating on him. They've come so far and it's very good. I can't understand why it's a character development for her.
Yeah.
To propose to him.
I would like to say it may not be a deal breaker if you find the right guy. When you're thinking about Soo-young from Girls' Generation and her guy, and him saying in interviews like, I want her to have all the success she wants and the work she wants to do and whatnot. Like, yes, I'd like to get married, but her dreams are just as important. I died. Oh my God, I love that man. But yeah.
Right. I think what I said on the Search WWW episode was that somebody has to compromise.
Yes. Yes, you did say that. I remember that.
And yeah, that's a real life compromise with that celebrity couple.
That's true. But in the show, we also see him compromise. We see everyone compromise, which is so beautiful because that's very realistic. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Kong-yu's character fumbles a bag in the final couple of episodes because he gets marriage hungry. And he gets approval from his entire family. He convinces his whole family that Eun-chan is the perfect daughter-in-law. The co-owner is talking her up to the grandmother. He's like, you don't even realize what a gem you have here because she's better than him and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So he proposes to her, puts a ring on her finger. She thinks it's just a promise ring. A couple ring. And she assumes, in talking with her little sister and stuff, that they would get married in 4 or 5 years or something. He's shocked. Shocked. Because he wants to get married now, like in the next year. And she's all about, I need to work on myself. I finally have something I want to do, something I'm good at, something I'm interested in, and that's becoming a great barista. I want to be the best barista ever. I want to study this. This is my dream now. And to provide for my family on my own terms and stuff. Yeah. And he's over here like, I swear I'll take responsibility for your family. And that was something that the sister was bringing up too. She was like, is he going to buy us a house before you move to New York?
I know.
I'm like, bitch, what?
Entitled little brat. What makes you think that her boyfriend should buy you a house? It was like exactly
wild. And Eun-chan says in that moment, responsibility? How? For how long? It's better not to make promises you can't keep. Will you live forever and never die? My father said he'd take responsibility for our family forever, but he couldn't do that. a person can't take responsibility over another person. You can only take responsibility for yourself.
For yourself.
Until I can accomplish things on my own, I won't marry. And I was like, I feel the ground. I feel the ground shaking. I feel it shaking because this is so very amazing of them to write into her character, and it felt very genuine for her to have this pride over her life and this fierce independence. Of course she does. She's been doing this on her own since she was 16. And why should she be a kept woman? Why should he have to provide for her family? She can do it on her own.
Yeah.
And all of these things.
I was watching with my mom, and at this scene, she was like, you see, this is why I tell you, you have to make your own money. Go to school. Start working. Make your money before you go and do this. Laugh. I laughed my head off. But it was so important to learn that.
It's very important to be able to stand. I think in today's day and age, there's so many horror stories of you just don't have any skills to survive on your own, and then you get stuck in a relationship that is providing for you and a lifestyle that you can't maintain on your own. And
knowing his behavior, his anger issues, he can just take it away. And then what?
Right, because he was threatening her with her job for half the show. And so she was like, we're not marrying and me just like live as your wife. Like I have dreams. Exactly. I want things I want to do. I have things I want to do. And I was like, damn, mad respect. I'll tell you what though, when I first watched this in 2011, I was in a different spot in my life. Yes, I had a job. Yes, I was educated, but holy hell, I was on Kong-yu's side. During this whole thing, I was like, why isn't she marrying him? I don't understand why they're waiting. I don't understand why she wants to become a barista of all things. I was like really upset with her not accepting the proposal right away. And today, like watching it today, I'm like, maybe I'm just in a different place in my life. I'm like, absolutely. Why would she get married now? She's so young. She has so much she wants to do. Let her study, coffee, whatever the fuck she wants. I don't care. It made no sense for him to want to marry her after 3 months together. 3 months that they've known each other.
But sometimes I feel like, did he want to marry her or did he want to have sex with her? Because they had that scene.
They did have that. Talk to me.
They did have that scene where he's like, yeah, and we'll live in New York together and you'll go to Chelsea and we'll have pizza. And he was painting this whole picture. Yes. Which is so funny because he was telling Hansung, like, once you marry, you want that person to live according to they had that conversation. But for him, he's like, oh, wait, she says, are we getting married? He's like, what are you saying? We have to get married before we live together, sleep together. So what?
This was a little jarring for me because this goes into, first of all, she's very naive about anything having to do with relationship, anything sexual, just kind of blows her mind. And I mean, earlier when the second couple announces that they're pregnant, she's very happy for them. But she's like, I wonder how they got pregnant and they're not even married.
No, I was like,
so Kong-yu's character like looks at her and she's like, oh right. And
he's like, are you fucking for real?
Yes, exactly. Be fucking for real.
But Gong-yu has lived in New York. He's part of the, cosmopolitan life, if you will. Cousin is 32. He ain't playing no games either. Right. But culturally, there was still, and I'm sure there still is, this vibe culturally that you don't get pregnant before you're married.
Right.
And that's why, celebrities have these shotgun weddings. And so I understand how she was thinking. And I watched it when I was 18. So I I was just on that train of, what do you mean we're gonna have sex and we're not married?
But also, but also how presumptive of him to be like, yeah, we'll just live together in New York together, and they just started their relationship. Like he's like, let's live together. We've been together for 72 hours, sir. I think we should take it a little slower, because he was very quick about it, and he never had this conversation with her before.
That's
about
true.
What stage are we at? Do you even want to live with me?
He was leading the relationship. The girlies are looking for leaders, and he was leading. What can you say?
He was dragging her along like a horse behind the cart, and she put the brakes on that, and she was like, "No, I want to do." First of all, she was like, "We're not gonna live together before we're married." Number one. Number two, sex is. I can't believe you just want to have sex and then not get married. It was like very conservative of her, but also I understood where she was coming from. I was like, yeah, I can kind of see why she was like, what? And then third of all, when she finally realizes her barista dream, she's like, we're not getting married before I complete all this stuff that I want to do.
Yeah.
So again, he was cute. And then he's like making plans without her, which got her really upset.
Yes.
She was like, how
that was
dare
the whole
you?
Thing.
Yes. How can you do this to me without even telling me?
Yeah.
Communication.
And he
communication.
Yes. And he couldn't understand why she was so upset, because to him, he's like giving her this Cinderella life.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to be Cinderella. I want to be a Eun-chan. So
I think now, back in 2011 when I watched this, I was like, she should totally just get married to him and they live together and that's the end of it. I think now I'm of two minds of it, because she was so young, right? Just 20 something years old, and he's 29, almost 30. And I'm like, first of all, if a man wants to marry you and you love each other, just get married. There shouldn't be this giant engagement that's years long. Second of all, if you want to be a kept woman and not have to work and grind and hustle, more power to you. Just get that bag, sweetie. Like, marry the man. So that's why, I mean, I'm of two minds of it. I think generally I was definitely supportive of her wanting to not get married right away and become a barista and all that stuff. Because she'd never done anything remotely like that. He's already studied. He's already been abroad. He's just more cultured than she is, and she doesn't have all of that experience.
Not only that, he's gotten to live life for him, and she has lived life for her family this whole time. And for the first time, she's getting to live life for her, and it is her first relationship and her first time falling in love. And like, there are just so many factors.
Like, let her breathe, please.
Let her breathe.
Yeah.
And back then, when I was watching it, I was like, definitely don't get married right now.
Oh, really?
Because, oh, yeah. Because you have an opportunity to live out your dreams. So do it. And it's nice to have someone encouraging you along the way, but you don't necessarily need it because it's your dream. Go after it. Like, encourage yourself. I also
feel like even when I was watching it initially and even now, I feel like we have culturally way different stances on what a marriage entails. Yeah. And to me, back in the day and even now, I'm like, if she gets married, she can still study. She can still become a barista. It's not even a thing. But perhaps we're missing the part that if they get married, she's going to have to care for this man-child who's playing with Legos
and
in the
household.
Next room. Yeah.
And his family and her family.
Have responsibilities and cultural duties and all this stuff.
She was seeing all that and she's like, I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah. And we don't get that as a Western audience.
I literally just finished doing that with my family. What are you talking about? And you want me to jump into it again? No. And that's very much the space I'm in personally right now. With, I'm living my life. My kids, aka my siblings, have graduated. I don't have to care for them anymore. It's now about me. There's no way I'm going to take that responsibility,
Right.
jump into it head first. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of context that I feel like we might be missing or glossing over when we say she should just get married or she should just wait and then get married, whatever the case is. Then we
Yeah.
get a time jump of 2 years. She goes to Italy to become a barista. And I will tell you, I remember vividly watching the scene. And I remember this scene where she comes back. And
she's femme presenting.
she's a little more femme presenting. I still don't think she's
Yeah.
like not in a skirt. She's doesn't have a full face of makeup or anything.
That's true.
She's quite a nice balance. She still has short hair, but it's shoulder length now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a nice evolution of her.
Yes.
It seems like this is where she wanted to be over time.
Not only, yeah. I loved that she didn't show up in a dress with
Yeah.
heels and all of that. I loved that she found her style that still speaks to her and just the new way she wants to move through the world, if you will.
The glow up was real.
The glow up was real.
Yeah.
And the way he looked at her.
Yeah. I think the only scene that we skipped was the sex scene that happened right before she left for Italy.
Which one are we talking? Are we talking about the dream sequence or the actual sex scene?
No, the actual sex scene.
Okay.
Which they didn't show anything. I mean, you know, it's still K-drama. But that scene where she goes over to his house and he's hot and bothered. He like wants her. She doesn't get it. He put his hands on her and she freaked out. And that night or something, she calls him and she goes over late at night and he was like put the kibosh on anything coming close to her and stuff because he wants her. And she stays over intentionally. He's like, please leave. If you don't leave right now, I'm not sending you home. You have your face in your hands because Carol,
Yeah.
this scene is so, again, iconic for Coffee
It is
Prince.
iconic.
Because she puts her little foot in. He locks her out without her shoes. She's like, I need my shoes, whatever, open up. And she puts her little foot in, then she puts her head in, and she makes her way inside. And he had just warned, he's like, please be warned. And boom. He like got her up against the door.
Whoa.
When he put her up against the door, I was like, ah! I remember screaming the first
did
time I saw
too.
it. Yeah, on the second watch, I wasn't screaming. But the first time I watched it, I remember screaming.
I've never been able to watch that scene again just because I can't do it because I'm just like,
No.
I lose my shit.
Too many emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost my
Yeah.
shit. And I lost my shit now in 2023 when I rewatched it. What a quality like scene that was a long time coming for this couple, and all of a sudden she
Yeah.
got so much courage.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
It was really good. And you could tell like she didn't know what she was doing. She was like she was like new. It was
Yeah.
her first time. And
Right.
so he had to take leadership, but she just, you could see her moving according to what she was feeling.
Yeah, it wasn't all one-sided, I would say.
It wasn't all one-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we move on, we forgot something. One of my favorite scenes ever.
Oh, God.
Ever.
What is it?
Is when he calls her and he's like, "What are you sleeping?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "Can you come over?" And she goes over and she's sitting on the couch eating chicken. And he's like, "How was your day?" And then she gets pissed off, like, "Why are you asking me all these things?" And finally she's like, "You weren't there. I kind of missed you." He's like, "I missed you
Yeah,
too."
because he was like, and?
Yeah, exactly.
And?
That whole couch sequence was the most loving thing for me. Top 3 loving moments for me in the show because it was so underrated, very common to do in real life, and
Yes,
that
I
moment
think
touched me.
We were talking earlier about how this show was not realistic. What's realistic is them together.
Yes, yeah.
Their scenes together, their chemistry, the way it's so easy and the way it's so hard sometimes for them.
Yeah.
The look on Kong-yu's face when he's giddy about something that she said, or they're on the phone and she surprises him and says, I love you, I love you, I love you, over and over again. And he was standing on his couch and he like collapses. He's like, because she shakes him up so much by saying, I love you.
And then he decides, I'm going to be petty or pissed. And he's like, let's not get it twisted. I love you more.
Yes.
Hang up. Ooh!
That shit is what's realistic and what's addicting to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've come to the end of my notes. Did you have anything else you wanted to add about
That was the last
Coffee
thing I wanted
Prince?
to add, too.
Oh, this is
I
so
just
much
want-
fun.
It was. I just want everyone to watch the show.
I
Please.
do too. If you haven't watched
Just
Coffee
watch it.
Prince and you've gotten this far and we've spoiled it for you, please just experience it for yourself. It is such a wonderful experience, and despite some of the stuff that I was harping on earlier, it is a top tier K-drama. It's so well internationally and in Korea. Everybody loved it. Everybody still loves it. And just watch it. Just watch it. Don't let the 2007 of it like get you down.
Exactly.
All right, Carol. Is there anything you'd like to plug before we get out of here? So I know you do K-dramatics, you do K-drama musings.
Yes. Please
Okay.
follow me on Kdramas Musings
Okay.
on Instagram. I'm sure I'll plug it in somewhere on socials and tag Jessica. Jessica, thank you so much for having me back.
Oh, thank you for coming on.
I completely enjoy myself anytime I'm chatting with you. I can't believe it's been 2 hours plus.
Yes, I know. And I said before we got on that I'm going to cut it short. Don't worry. Yeah, here we are again, 2.5 hour episode. But hopefully people have stuck around and listened to the whole discussion and everything that we loved about the show.
It's fantastic.
I'm Jessica, and this has been the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.